Sahi Dhandhe Galat Bande is a film of about four guys. It's a gang of guys who do a lot of wrong things. It's like this small gang that forms, in smaller cities or in smaller villages when the youth just go wayward. They break legs, they empty people's houses, they kidnap people, things like that. So they're just small-time goons. And how they come across a job which will enable them to fulfill all their dreams. They'll get that much money, but to get all that money, they have to go against their conscience to do the job. So the underlying thing of the story is, do they actually manage to do they do the right thing, and do they go against their conscience? Is what the film is about.
Well, that was the basic start point of the script, about farmers fighting for their land, which is being acquired by the government to be given to a private businessman. And I come from a farmer's family originally, of course, and from a village, and I just didn't think it was right what the government was doing when I found out, and I wanted to do something about it. But of course, I didn't want to make a documentary because there's not a big history of documentaries being shown on TV here. There's not a big viewership for that. So I wanted to put my point across to as wide an audience as possible also. So I started thinking of how to make the film entertaining. So it's not, the message you're pushing is not the message which is up front. It's the film itself which, is up front. Sahi Dhandhe Galat Bande, through these four guys who, get caught up in this whole thing because it's their village's land which is being acquired. Farmer suicides are a big problem, of course, but the thing is that it stems from apathy. That's what I meant. It stems from apathy. It stems from people not caring. It stems from it becoming just another item you read in the paper. Oh, okay, another 3 farmers died today, and flip the page. It's very, very hard to convince people sometimes to care for something. And you have to do it sometimes in a roundabout way, and put something in and see if it affects people or not finally. So that was the whole thing of how to put this message in and make them care for these people, but not in a direct preachy or in a righteous kind of way. Because I think about these things you have to be practical also. You can't just say, listen, these farmers are dying and you need to do something about it because otherwise you're bad people. It doesn't work like that. So, yeah, I have been very passionate about photography, and I immediately felt that's something I can, immediately help out in, because I think, you guys have put out a lot of pictures in the papers, and I think that really helps because it puts a humane face onto the farmers and the cotton, farmers and the people who grow. And I think that when you see those pictures, you immediately want to buy the product to just support the cause, because it's and I remember talking about this. It's such, I wouldn't say very, but it's such a nice and cool way, like I just said a little, you got to make it cool to help people, and t-shirts and good designs, not just, being righteous about it, that you should help, but you're giving a way of people, you're giving them a way to help them while making it cool at the same time. So that is what I think is really, important. And the pictures play, of course, a part in the communication to the people. So that's where I felt I could immediately, help out as a photographer.
Oh well, in the film he's not a very what would you say, very educated and cultured kind of person. He's a hoodlum from one of the outskirts of one of the villages which is in the outskirts of Delhi.
That was perfectly cast.
Yeah. But the girl he's seeing is obviously, she's very well traveled, and she's a photographer herself in film. That's her character, and it's a very odd combination. And sometimes and these couples do happen when you see what's this girl doing with with this guy. So anyway, she's a very like a bohemian kind of well-traveled kind of photographer, and she has the pictures of of the farmers put up in her house. There, a very distinctive picture that I remember is of the old lady grinning, and I think she's missing a tooth.
Yeah.
And she has the picture, the you know the cotton behind her.
I think Shop for Change, what it's doing is great. It's great trying to get organic cotton, and also of course the main thing being a better price, for their crop, and trying to better the lives of the farmers. When you see a Shop for Change T-shirt, you have that choice to help and actually directly help somebody, and at the same time buy something which is really cool, and I think that movement needs to spread, because the more you buy, the more this thing will spread and help people. So you're not only buying because you've got to buy clothes anyway, you're going to go and but knowing that buying a Shop for Change T-shirt is putting more directly into the pockets of the farmer. I think that is what people need to know, and I think the Shop for Change tag symbolizes that.